Hi again, world. As you know, if you're used to watching this channel, I talk about some weird stuff. Now, I work with teams of people who fly around, who astral travel and fly around at night and beat up the Illuminati and try and foil all their plans. And I talk about some weird stuff, but today's one is weird even by my standards. It's logically cromulent. Sorry, it makes sense that this would happen, but to actually see it really boggles me. Today's topic is zombies and the zombie agenda. So believe it or not, the Illuminati have a zombie program. They have underground bases with labs trying to produce zombies. Now, what's interesting is the US Army has a zombie preparedness plan, and which is taken very seriously, which is taught in all of the different branches in the in the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force about how they're going to respond to a zombie outbreak. And like it's the same, and in many other countries in the world they have this too. It's just like, is it comedy or is it not? And I'm going to put my hat in the ring and say there's nothing funny about what these guys were doing. Is it in the realm of fantasy or what? So I want you to think about all of the zombie movies, and here's just a few of the title screens for them. I think I want you to think about all the zombie movies and all the thought that's gone into zombie world, and I want you to think about that as manifestation power. Like just the number of people who've thought about being in the zombie world create a manifestation power that is huge. We're talking about millions, if not billions of hours of people planning and thinking and going through the thought of zombies and creating zombie world. And so its manifestation was almost inevitable. But the next mission off the list from Gaia was to visit a deep underground military base in the Great Lakes area, somewhere in the northeast of the continent of North America. And what we found there was really, really interesting. There was 3 sections to this underground base. One was the management group, which was small, which had about 20 odd people working there, maybe 2 dozen. The second was the labs, which were nasty. And the third was storage. Now, I mentioned in an earlier video, I was given the vision of a sort of like a cell or a shipping container filled with zombies just waiting, just standing, being stored, waiting for the next thing to happen. And this is the base. This is the place where they're doing that. This is the place where they're actually creating the zombie menace. And they're not it's not the only base, but this is there were 2 kinds of zombies created. And I'm going to just call them yellow and gray. Now the yellow zombies there's a lot of technology gone into the yellow ones. These guys, their skin's yellow, and they look sickly and horrid and wrinkled and however, they've had a lot of their body chemistry changed and a lot of transhumanist tech added to them, which the most important ones are their teeth. They have these, the teeth from say about here to here, just come out of 2 giant fangs. And inside of these fangs is a serum that comes out. It's kind of like to create a poisonous bite. And they also have these giant claws, the metal starts in their forearm and ends in these 2 claws that replace these 2 fingers on both hands, so that they can rip normal humans apart. It's astounding. However, what's in the serum is the infectious part, which creates grey zombies. Now, the grey zombies have about a lifespan of a week, where they're destructive, but then the impact on their body is too heavy and they collapse and die. And they've got about a week to go out and spread it in the same way that these yellow zombies have been. It's pretty nasty, but it means that the zombie apocalypse would kill all the people and leave the cities empty for whoever wanted them, really. there's a lot of other tech in the yellow zombies that was about controlling them. And a lot of this looked identical to 5G. Inside them, you could set the mood to aggressive or calm. You could reset the metabolism. And when we found them, when they're in storage, the metabolism's at 2% of what it normally does. So there's just keeping the body nourished, no action, no activity. And and when we kept them locked in the room and set them to major aggression, we set their metabolism up to 200%. So they were generating twice as much energy as a normal human, and they all just ripped each other apart. But there were, say 40 to a cell, and there were at least 8,000 individuals who had gone through this process, and they tore each other apart. It was, it's one of those things where you can't watch it. The whole team sort of saw what was going on and said, I never want to see anything like that again. We stood back for a good 10 or 20 minutes and let it finish before we came back and looked at the scientific group. These guys these are the guys who were creating them. These are the guys who were taking a human prisoner and turning them into a monster, and turning them into a killing machine. In the most horrible way. But, they were setting implants in people that could literally, from a computer terminal, could decide what mood that person had. Once that circuitry went into the body, that human was no longer in control of themselves. They were at the mercy of whoever was at the computer terminal. I don't have a word for that, how dastardly, how merciless, how everything that is. So we weren't very nice to those humans who were doing that when we found them. Same with the management crew. What we did find is that they were loaning out grey zombies to other countries. So they had the original, the yellow ones who could create other zombies easily, but they were also selling these weak lifespan, 1 week lifespan infected humans to other countries to put in their underground bases. And they would just keep feeding them so that every week they would need another person or 3 to maintain that biological infection. I mean, how much money is that worth? How much is it worth to sell like a global nightmare? Like what is totally a nightmare? I can't imagine like what that's worth. I can't imagine how you would sell that. The people involved just make me sick to the core. But yeah, that nightmare, that all of that manifestation energy of zombie world created the nightmare, and we caught up with it. So now that the Illuminati or the evil alien masters will never retake the planet, they have a whole lot of scorched earth plans, a whole lot of ways to destroy the place. Because if we can't have it, nobody will. And this zombie one is just one less. Now we just have one less to deal with. It is weird even by the standards of what we do. And I've been accused of being weird, but really, like if you're one step ahead of mainstream culture, if you're just doing one thing better, then you're a genius. If you're doing 2 or 3 steps ahead, then you're a weirdo. And I think we fit that description. But even for us, this was a weird one. Look, subscribe to the channel, follow the links in the description. If you want to do one of my courses, the links are in the description as well. There's plenty more to do. We're doing stuff that really is leading the field. Look, love to you all, and I hope to see you soon. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.